High school that used to ride my butt like Coach V did. So I was one of those guys that was really new to that and didn't know how to adapt to it. That's why it took me a long time to adapt to it. And there's always a couple of guys in every class, but we definitely have. We definitely don't have near as many in this class. We have a lot of tough guys, a lot of guys that are knowledgeable, just football in general. So when they came to our program, they knew what they were doing. They knew what to expect. So there's definitely not near as many guys in this class.
And that example you opened against Georgia. How do you keep kind of level head and make sure that, especially younger guys, know that you got to prepare for every game? Like it's a big game, even though it's Wofford coming.
I mean, Wofford definitely has. If we play crappy and we don't play Clemson football, Wofford can put up 60 on us. I mean, they're not losing really any starters at all. Wofford, like App State, any of those teams have the chance to beat us. So we go into it. We go into playing Wofford like we're playing South Carolina. If we were playing Alabama, we'd go into it. We're playing. So we're not changing our game plan and how we prepare because it's Wofford. Wofford has a chance to beat us by 50 or 60 if we don't play Clemson football.
Is there anything you can do as kind of a veteran now leader on this team to kind of get those young guys ready mentally going into Death Valley on a game like that, or do they just have to be on the field and get that first rep under the belt?
I mean, you definitely during the game week, there's a lot of things you have to do to be prepared and mainly be mentally prepared. It takes a lot of mental preparation to be successful at this level. And I guess one of my roles during the game week is just showing them what they have to do to prepare to be successful. That's all out the window. I mean, if you don't prepare on game day and you're not ready for that, you're going to play crappy football and you're going to be scared and nervous and there's 85,000 around you. I think if those guys are prepared and they know what they're doing and they've played the game before the game was played throughout the week, the 85,000 will be a big deal to them. That first snap will be nervous for them, but after the first time they hit somebody, they'll be fine. It's football. They've been playing it their whole life. So.
Have you looked at Appalachian State and Louisville at all?
We watched a little bit of film, but we're focused on Wofford right now.
Even a long time ago, did you? Like in the spring or anything like that?
Not in the spring, no. We were just focused on our game plan.
Because Wofford, you're going to go from triple option to aerial to multiple. But what kind of challenge is that going to be in the first 12 days of the season?
I mean, it would definitely be difficult if we didn't prepare for it and didn't set aside a lot of time for it. But we've been preparing daily for Wofford, so we've kind of got get a lot of knowledge about their offense and the ins and outs of it. So I think we'll be ready for it. I mean, it's definitely different from what we face in our offense every day, but we've worked our butt off to create the right scheme for them. So I think we'll be successful.
Appreciate it. Hi, I'm Courtney.
Yeah.
I was just asking a question about your brother. Across some information that was pretty cool. So is that autism, has that become like a cause that's very passionate about?
I mean, I don't go to events or anything and speech for him, but whenever he has when they have Special Olympics, I'm definitely the first guy in line, front row cheering him on. So I wouldn't say I'm an advocate or just a big voice for them, but I definitely am a big fan of my little brother. I know he's been a blessing in my life and been a blessing to a lot of people. Been a bigger blessing to a lot more lives than I have been. So I just know the things he's done, and I know these things he's done in my life. So I'm definitely a big advocate of my little brother.
You said things he's done in your life. Do you think that maybe he's helped you become a better teammate or leader?
I mean, I think Cameron's really he's taught me a lot of life lessons that no normal child can teach. And you can't really explain it or put a word to it. You just got to experience him and live with the kid. You just see the smile on his face daily to just know what you learn from him. So I can't really, I can't really speak about it. You just got to live with him, and it just that's where you're damn, this kid's a great dude. He's just a really happy, joyful kid, and he brings that on a daily basis. That's why he's had such a big voice and made such a big impact on so many people.
Does he get to come and watch?
He had to come to the practice because he's in school at Hannah. He's a senior at Hannah, and he runs cross country and track for Hannah. We try to get him to play football. He's big. He's 6 foot, and he's kind of skinny. He has a hard time putting on weight. And me and Garrett, we're definitely a big advocate of him playing baseball and football, but his hand-eye coordination is obviously lacking. He's autistic. But when we wanted to find a way for him to stay in shape and be athletic, like athletics runs in our Boulware blood or whatever. So we forced him to do cross country, and he hated it at first. But we're like, you're going to get fat if you don't run or do something. So we kept making him do it. And he's grown to love the sport. And he's grown to love running, and he runs like almost 10 miles a day. He's like one of the best runners on the team, which is awesome. Like, his handicapped kid is like severely handicapped, and now is like things we made him do. Becoming a really good runner, very athletic. So things he does in school and all the after-school activities kind of prohibits him from coming to practice. But he's definitely the first guy at our games, and definitely the loudest one in the stands. For me, my brother, my sister, and her cheerleading events and all that. So he's definitely all our events.
What would you say to a family that maybe just found out that their child has that diagnosis? What would you say to them to help prepare?
Probably the main thing. I mean, I know that's gonna just don't be scared about it. Face it head on. I think disabled kids and handicapped kids are just really a blessing. And of course, there's a lot of obstacles that come along with like raising a handicapped kid, and I don't know them as much as my parents did because they raised me, raised my little brother. I think the main thing is there's a blessing. Just the life lessons and all the things they can teach. Like I said, no other normal kid can teach. You just got to live with them, and it's really a blessing having him in my life.
Thank you.
Anything else for Ben? You're good.